Jersey. Real Housewives of New Jersey. Okay, I meant to do this video, but got caught up in life, child. This video is probably not going to be long. I know I say that about every single video I do, and then it ends up being, you know, a movie. But this one definitely is not going to be that. But yeah, okay. So it started off with Teresa. She's talking to her therapist. She's talking about Louis, and she's mainly discussing her brother and Louis and how they just simply cannot get along. How Joe Gorga showed out on Louis, acted a plum fool when they went out to the guys' night. And it's unfortunate because it's a lot to it, and it's also embarrassment because Louis' family has opened Teresa with open arms. And then we have the Gorgas, and there you go. So she said that a lot of Teresa's personality, a lot of Joe's personality comes from the dad. Apparently their dad had a temper. He fell out with his cousin over $200 and didn't speak to him for years and years and years. So, she said she never grew up with her cousins and stuff. And so she don't want that same fate for her kids and their cousins, which is, they're mainly talking about Joe Gorga and Melissa Gorga and the children. Teresa's 4 girls and stuff, and they don't really get to see each other like that. And so it's a lot to it. And she says that Melania, which is one of the middle girls, she and Antonia, which is her cousin Joe Gorga's daughter, they were super close, and I think they're like the same age or a year apart or so. But they were super close growing up when they were little girls, and then they just kind of drifted off. They came to Antonia's Sweet 16, but Antonia did not come to Melania's, and it's just it's a lot with it. I can say that I've become kind of engulfed in the whole Gorga Giudice foolishness. I definitely have. I hate to say it, I do. But it's a lot, and it's a mess with the whole family. It is unfortunate if the parents beefing. A lot of times the kids ain't gonna get the hang. My child ain't finna be over that house. You talking about your sister-in-law or your cousin or whoever. It's just, it happens, but it's unfortunate. But whatever. So the next thing we see is Jen Fessler. She is with Margaret. Margaret has the cast on her arm. I think it's so funny that Margaret and Jennifer Aiden are beefing, and one has a messed up arm and the other one has a messed up foot. It's the key. So they're talking, and Jennifer Aiden is not Jennifer Aiden. Well, yeah, she is, but Jennifer Fessler, she is a funny character. She is funny. And so is Margaret. Margaret throws shade like no other. They started talking about the baseball game, which is Dolores's. Every year she does a baseball game for charity. And, it's a big thing every year since whenever. Like I said, like I mentioned many times before, I only started watching Jersey last season. So a lot of stuff I'm not privy to. So if y'all want to let me know in the comment section, please let me know. So I'll just be, after clips and tweets and things I've seen on social media, etc. I've kind of, formed my own opinion about people on the show. And a lot of these people on the show have been on the show for years. So if I'm ever wrong on any kind of information, y'all let me know in the comment section. So, yeah, they're meeting up. And basically Jennifer Fessler is letting Margaret know that you were not right. The things that you were saying to Jennifer, it was mean. And Margaret pretty much just don't give a damn, does she? Let me see. There was a scene with Dolores and Paulie, which is her new man. And they met up, and I think they were at Dolores' house or wherever. But anyway, we found out that he has to have heart surgery, Paulie, which is serious, and he won't attend the baseball game. So I'm just like, oh Lord, that's tough. But hopefully he's okay in real life. That is a serious, scary surgery to have. Apparently his heart is, if I can remember, his heart doesn't beat correctly or doesn't function the way that it's supposed to, um, normally anyway. And so they're going to check it out, and try to get it situated. I pray to God they do, because that is, like I said, it's scary. I just saw something, y'all. Oh yeah. Anyway, that's a tough one to deal with. But anyway, so we see Dolores' dad, and Dolores' dad likes Polly, and you know, they're just talking and having a father daughter meeting and a check in, and making sure they're both good, and Dolores is in love, and blah blah blah. So I guess good for Dolores. Um, Paulie seems like he's a good guy for Dolores, so we'll see. But they all do, don't they? I tell you. Let me see. So there was a baseball scene. So this is the baseball episode. So they needed to brush up on their baseball skills. So we see Frank and his girlfriend. We see Joe Gorga, Melissa Gorga, and then we see the Fudas. We see Rachel and her husband, and they're all sitting there having a moment. Rachel tells Melissa that Jennifer Aiden, was it Jennifer Aiden? Let me think. I think it was Jennifer Aiden. No, no, no. Well, Jennifer Aiden and Teresa at Danielle's daughter's party. Teresa adamantly told Rachel and Danielle to not trust Margaret, and that you would rather have, it's best to have her as a friend than an enemy. And Melissa took that and ran with it. Oh, it's clear that Teresa's so fake and phony, and I knew she couldn't stand Margaret. She also can't stand me, and she can't stand her brother. Da, 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 da. I was just like, Lord, y'all ain't gonna never get along. It's just a ping pong match. Constantly. Y'all get along for 5 minutes, and one of y'all just bring up the past or just want to keep stuff going, and it's a mess. And right now it's on the Gorgas. Y'all just don't want to let nothing go. The only way to mend this situation with Teresa and Joe is for them both just to let it go. Completely let it go. And just forget about yesterday, what happened in the past. Just start a new slate. And just act as if it never existed. That's the only way. Teresa mentioned in the therapy session that she don't want to be around her brother because he got a real bad temper. And he do. It's crazy. That man just be hopping over tables and acting a fool and turning red and busting balls and everything. I just feel like, what's going on, Joe? You need to stop. Joe gonna get an awesome. Let me see. So anyway, what else? Did they talk about anything else that was of importance? Not really. Oh, Jen had a scene with Bill, her husband, Jennifer Aiden, and they were talking, and she was talking about Margaret and how she don't want him to interact with Margaret no more, and how the things that she said about her, and Margaret called her what did she call her? She called her a crackhead or something, didn't she? A loose drug addict. She said something, but it was funny. I cackled. That Margaret is something else. Her reads, child, and Jennifer Aiden be reading. What she say to the camera? She said, "Well, who needs a Karen when you have a Margaret?" They are two peas in a pod. They low key have a lot of similarities, but that's two people that's similar are not going to get along. I've always heard that growing up, and it's kind of true. But those two people that's very similar, everybody else sees them being similar, but they don't never see it. It's so funny. It's so interesting. So let me see. Take me out to the ball game. So we got to the ball game moment, and it was actually nice. I enjoyed it. It went out without a hitch. So everybody was backstage, getting ready, and it was interesting. We saw when Teresa and Gia, the oldest girl, and Melania came in. Joe Gorga took him and his son Joe Jr. to the other side and was like trying to avoid Teresa or whatever. And Melissa and Teresa, they hugged and kissed each other. Then they went over the calendar that Dolores had all the men to do for Easter and stuff. I don't know if it was for Easter. It's for charity, for the game, to hand out, whatever. I just remember Frank being a big old muscle Easter bunny. Um, and so, I was just like, well, that's weird. Look at him trying to duck and dodge his sister. But they ended up, kind of getting along for at least 5 minutes, and it was a moment. And then Gia and Melania, they got to see their cousin, which was lovely. They even had a moment where Teresa called Joe's son over there, and they were talking, and and that's the thing about family. Y'all can hate each other, can't stand each other, beat up on each other, fight each other, all that. But at the end of the day, it's still always going to be love there. And you can't stop connections. That was just a natural thing, regardless of what their parents are doing, or regardless of even if the kids was beefing, to just, you ain't seen your cousin in a long time, and just to go over there and hug him and have a conversation and hold him and rub his arm, and all that's just family. It's just like, I may be mad at you, or the adults are beefing or whatever it is, but we still cool, and it was lovely. And they all look alike. I saw Joe's son could easily be Teresa's daughter's brother. They all look alike. They all have those beautiful eyes, and same hair color and stuff. And I was just like, look at all of them. It's beautiful. But the adults, will they ever get along? Who knows? So team Real Housewives of New Jersey won the basketball game. I think they were playing against doctors or somebody. But they actually won, so God bless them, and the Lord was on their side for real. Let me see what else happened. Oh, Frank had a moment at the baseball game where he, Joe was trying to urge up that Frank said that he missed Dolores. The story goes that Frank was a great father, but a horrible husband. He did Dolores like a dirty dog in the street. She held the family down, including Frank, even when they romantically they've been gone, they've been done, and he all of a sudden misses her. Dolores is in a committed relationship finally at 52, and she's in love, and now he wants her back. Of course he does. But when she was single, and, he could easily bounce back and forth between his girlfriend and Dolores, and, it just wasn't a problem. Frank and Dolores are not having relations in that way, but still, she's not as accessible as she once was. But why would she be? She got a whole man. And he's a superhero, ain't he, Buzz Lightyear? So, I mean, it's like, that's how men are. That's how people are. Women are. I don't want you, not really, but I don't want nobody else to have you. People always miss you when you're no longer there. It's classic people, in their foolishness. That's all it is. So the last scene was Bill and Jennifer Aiden. They met up at the therapist session. The therapist looked like a corpse. I was like, what's going on? Is she there? I wanted to shake her, but she was there, child. I mean, she's real smart, too. If you ain't got the beauty, you got the brains. Hopefully. So, let me see. They were talking and stuff, and then Jennifer Aiden, she explained herself perfectly. She said that, she was a good girl. They got 5 kids, 2 girls, 3 boys. Bill just sit there, and she's Jennifer Aiden. She does everything, and then Bill just sit there and complain about everything she do instead of jumping in there. Bill is just like, well, when I do, I'm seen as the bad guy, the disciplinarian. You're seen as the angel, because Bill feels like he's constantly being punished for being the one that cheated. and blah blah blah. Jennifer never lets him forget it, and then, but he just seems completely disengaged and over Jennifer. It's been a big deal with Jennifer lately because her youngest daughter, the one that we love, I think her name is Olivia, she told Rachel Fuda at Danielle's daughter's party that she wanted to be a relationship therapist. And apparently, Jennifer's kids found out that their dad had cheated on TikTok. I was just like, Lord, that's pretty messed up. So Jennifer, she's feeling some kind of way, and she wants to work it out with Bill. But I don't know, y'all. Bill seems checked out to me. He don't even seem like he liked Jennifer, to be honest. I could be wrong. Maybe this is just his personality. Maybe, he's last season I enjoy him when he's drunk. I think he's funny. And I do like the fact that he's cool and calm and collective because Jennifer turns up. Jennifer is a lot to deal with. And if both Jennifer Aiden and him had that personality, I mean, who would calm who down? They would both be a hot stinking mess. So I mean, I get it. But I don't know. He just don't seem like he's into her anymore. And maybe he just want to stay with her for the kids. She's definitely a great mom, and or maybe he just want to stay with her because he know that if they divorce, he gonna have to give her half, maybe even more of his money. I don't know. I don't know, but they just seem like two just completely different people, and she keeps wanting something from him, and I just don't think he got it. Or he cares enough to give it to her or to even try. I don't know. Like I said, y'all put in the comments section what y'all think about this review and everything I talked about. With that said, I'm Mr. Chalaki. I did it again. I said it was gonna be quick, didn't I? See? I'm just gonna stop. I'm just gonna stop saying it. Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at SKingsWorld on Instagram and Twitter, at SKingsWorld89 on Snapchat, Chase King on Facebook, Mr. Chalaki on Cash App, and PayPal. And as always, run me my money or run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. Stay black, stay tuned. That was a little flat. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.